The Winter War by Priscilla Shirer with Gina Detweiler. Chapter 22, The Bulb. Manuel's dad dropped him off at the Cedar Creek Recreational Center. He hadn't been there in a while, but Mary Stanton, who had taken over as director in Mr. JR's absence, had asked Manuel if he would come in and do a science project with the younger kids. It was Saturday afternoon, and he didn't really have anything better to do anyway. Manuel had decided to teach the kids about meat-eating plants. He had his own plant specimens in a special insulated container so they wouldn't freeze on the way. His Venus flytrap, his pitcher plant, and a new one he had gotten for Christmas that was called a butterwort. He thought the kids would think that name was pretty funny. He almost tripped over a broom that came charging at him. He stumbled and recovered, saving his container of plants just in time. "Sorry, dude, didn't see ya." Manuel looked up to see Landon, the boy who once wrapped him in toilet paper in front of the entire rec center at the end of the broom. Landon kept his head down and continued his sweeping. Manuel stared after him, shocked to see the big bully, of all people, doing chores at the rec. "Manuel, thanks for coming." Still a little confused, Manuel turned to see Mary Stanton rushing over to greet him. "Oh, hi, Miss Stanton." Manuel took another glance at Landon. "Why is he sweeping?" "Oh, I'm not sure. Finn just said he was going to be coming in and helping out. I was surprised, too." "Oh, well, anyway, where would you like me to set up my presentation?" Mary brought him over to the smaller room off the main area, where she had already set up a table for Manuel to use. "Will this work out okay?" "Sure." Manuel smiled at her. Mary Stanton still kept her long blonde hair in a ponytail, but otherwise she wasn't much like the old Mary from 2 years ago, who had spent most of her time drinking lattes, texting her friends, and studying for her college exams. Back then, she hadn't had much use or interested in the kids. Now she seemed interested in everything. She read a lot, and whenever Manuel or the other kids were there, she would pepper them with questions about a horse toss. It had taken her a while to get over what had happened the day Pony Rose, posing as a kid named Victor, had come to the Cedar Creek Rec Center to steal the Prince Warrior's books and armor. Her life had changed that day. She had seen ordinary people turn into glommers. She had seen the kids she used to supervise at the rec become Prince Warriors and battle an evil monster. She had seen Ruach in his true glory vanquishing their enemy. She still didn't know what to make of it all, but she had seen too much to still be the same Mary Stanton she had been before. "How's Mr. JR?" she asked as Manuel set up his display of plants. "We really do miss him here." "Just saw him this morning," said Manuel. "He seems to be doing better." "That's a relief." "Do you think he'll ever come back to the rec?" "I hope so." Once Manuel's display was ready, Mary gathered up a group of kids to sit on rugs in the front of the table. They squirmed around a lot, as little kids do, not paying much attention to Manuel, too busy sticking their fingers in each other's ears. Manuel stood before them and cleared his throat. "Hey guys, did you know that there are some plants that kill bugs and eat them?" he said to start things off. The kids turned to him, suddenly interested. Manuel nodded. "It's true. These plants are meat eaters. We refer to them as carnivorous. Here are some different ways they do it." Manuel held up the pitcher plant, which looked like its leaves were all rolled up. The pitcher plant creates a basin that fills up with rainwater, which mixes with a special stew of poisonous toxins. The plant secretes. The pitcher plant creates a basin that fills up with rainwater, which mixes with a special stew of poisonous toxins the plant secretes. When an unsuspecting bug comes along for a drink of water, Manuel held up a plastic fly and waved it in the air with his other hand, making the kids laugh. It lands on the edge of the leaf and dips into the water, then falls in, and wham! It can't get out. Then it slowly dissolves and gets digested. The kids made noises of disgust and delight. Manuel picked up another plant. This one is called a butterwort. Just as he predicted, the kids laughed at the name. It looks like a harmless tropical flower, but its leaves secrete a shiny liquid that looks like water. So when a bug lands on the leaf for a drink, it sticks, like flypaper. And then the butterwort secretes another toxin that digests the stuck bug. Basically, dissolves it while it's still alive. Manuel pretended to be a bug being digested by the plant. The kids laughed and clapped. As the grand finale, Manuel demonstrated his Venus flytrap. He placed a flake of fish food in the spiky jaw of the plant. The kids gasped in amazement as the jaw snapped shut. Afterward, Manuel allowed them to come up for a closer look and to feed the plants themselves. As he watched the kids and the plants, Manuel suddenly thought of the flower bulb Ruach had given him, the water lily. He began to wonder if that bulb might be useful in the battle that was still to come. "That was awesome, Manuel," Mary said when he was done. "You sure had their attention." "Thanks," said Manuel. He started packing up his plants. Nothing like carnivorous plants to make kids take an interest in botany. So true. "I was just wondering, have you been back there lately?" "Where?" "You know, a Hortus." Manuel glanced up at Mary, pushing up his glasses. "Well, yes. Really? Can you tell me about it?" "Well, there was this battle, and it didn't go so well. And Pony Rose, you remember Victor, he took the mountain of Rima, and so we need to get it back." Mary's eyes got big. "He took a whole mountain?" "Yes. It's not the best news. We think he's probably making plans to take more territory, too. To take over all of Hortus." "That is terrible. What are you going to do?" "We don't know yet." Manuel put on his coat. "I think my dad is here." He started to leave. Mary stopped him. "Hey, Manuel, do you think it would be possible for me to, go there sometime?" Manuel turned back and looked at her. His mouth fell open. "You want to go to Hortus?" She nodded. "Why?" "Because, well, I'm not sure. After what happened, I was so scared. I didn't think I wanted anything to do with that place. But I can't get it out of my mind what I saw." She paused. "How do you get there?" "Well, you have to be called. I think that's what happened to me anyway." "You were called?" "Yeah. The crest just appeared. It was like an invitation that I could either accept or reject. It was a choice." "I see." Mary's eyebrows knitted together. "Well, the next time you're there, could you, tell that friend of yours that I'm interested?" Manuel thought about this. "Are you sure you'd really want to do that? Because if you are, I'm pretty sure the call will come." Mary broke into a smile. "Really?" "Yeah." Manuel turned around to leave again, but something made him stop. A voice, not a loud voice, a whisper. So small he was surprised he had heard it at all. It told him to do something surprising. He reached into his backpack and pulled out the Prince Warrior book. The book given to him by his mother before she died. He always carried it with him, just in case. He turned back to Mary. "Read this. I'll let you keep it for a little while. It'll help you understand." He handed Mary the book. She took it, holding it in both hands like it was a precious treasure. gazing in awe at the shiny image of the crest on the cover. "Thanks, Manuel." "Sure, no problem. But I should warn you, opening that book might actually change your life." He grinned. "Have a nice day."